Get these 5 things right at the beginning of the year to set up for success. Here is my exact plan of how I achieve my dreams, get my kid in a private school and buy a Tesla in the next 5 years. Let me show you how. In this video, I'll show you the 5 steps and the 3 books that are absolutely relevant to achieve these goals. And as well, a tool that will help you execute this framework. Hi, my name is Martin and I run Optimist Studio, which is a design and software agency. We build a lot of mobile apps and SaaS products, and I've sold one of my companies and I failed on running some before that. So I got some learnings along the way that I like to share here on my channel and in my newsletter, which you'll find in the description below. I like the concept of the book 12-week year. Essentially, as you might guess, it's putting focus on 12 weeks and not 12 months. I am in line with new year, new you. It's also a new 12 weeks that are starting at the beginning of the year. So I align with both of these goals, and I'll show you exactly my framework now on how I set up big dreams and I execute. Here's my 5 steps plan to know what to do at any point to be aligned with my dreams. Step number 1, the big dreams list. Figure out what are the big things that you want to achieve in your life. This is my list, for example. I want to have a healthy and happy family that enjoys what they do. Build enough passive income to cover for our annual expenses. Go skiing in new exciting locations like the Alps and Andorra. I want to own a Tesla and visit the Azores, Madeira, and return to Brazil. And at that point, I think it may be relevant to tell you why return to Brazil. I used to live in Asia and Brazil and I absolutely loved it. The Brazilian people are great and I would definitely want to go back there and revisit. I think this is part of the big dreams list. It's not only the things that you want to achieve and physically possess, but also where you want to go and who do you want to reconnect with again, maybe things and places where you've been already. Step number 2 is identify what you would need to do to achieve it. In my case, that's mostly keeping myself mentally and physically fit and getting enough income in order to cover for these expenses. So at that point, I would want to introduce you to another book, which is called The One Thing. I read it in my early 20s and it definitely changed a lot about the way I think and the way I approach my goals and my dreams, and I definitely recommend it. Essentially, the book The One Thing helps you put focus on the one thing that's the most important. Even to achieve all these dreams, I think it's important for me to be mentally and physically fit in order to support my family of achieving their goals and for me achieving my goals. And the other thing that I should really focus on is the income, in order to make these expenses. Okay, so let's make it more practical. Let's say that I need to spend around 1,000 euros for traveling, around 1,000 euros for private school, and another 1,000 euros for Tesla, more or less. Maybe it's less, but with all the fees and taxes and whatnot. I would add another 3,000 for lifestyle costs, getting a house, having the lifestyle that I want. So we're still talking big dreams here, right? So this would mean that I will need to have 6,000 euros of net income. But this is net income. We need to account for taxes. You divide it by 0.6. And that may not be the same in my country. The tax is slightly different. It doesn't matter. It's just a rough estimation, right? So dividing by 0.6 would give to me the number 10,000 euros of gross income. Right? And why 0.6? I can make another video doing the whole math about that. If you're interested, let me know in the comments. But you can also check the third book that I want to recommend, which is The Fast Lane Millionaire by DJ DeMarco. It's called The Millionaire Fast Lane. I think it's a great book and it really gives the whole math behind that and the whole rationale behind it. Long story short, you just divide by 0.6 to account for taxes, and then you know what number you should actually aim for. Step 3, the next 5 years. Okay, let's narrow the view a bit. What do we need to achieve in the next 5 years so that we could achieve these big dreams? To me personally, that means to be mentally and physically fit. So this means I need to exercise 3 to 4 times a day. This is just my personal view to it, right? And the other part is as well the income, right? I will need to go for 10,000 euros a month income. This brings us to step 4, the next year. All right, step 4. What is the one thing that you need to do and achieve in the next year so that it is in line with the goals that you have for 5 years and your big dreams? I like to add more things to the annual goals, maybe 3-4 things, but I like to make the list pretty short, not to make it longer than 5 things in total. So the things that I need to add, I also need to be aware of what that's going to cost me in terms of time and attention. So for example, for me, that's be fit mentally and physically. I'm going to continue with it. Exercise 4 to 5 times a week. For me and my business, this means I want to find 10 new customers and projects that are going to help me to increase that company revenue, that are going to bring me in line with the goals. But then the other things that I like to add are some small little things. For example, last year I added to learn how to make great pizza. And little I knew that I'm gonna meet an Italian guy in town who used to be a pizzaiolo, or like a pizza chef. And so we started cooking together, and then he taught me how to cook pizza. I like to only not put super serious goals, but also something that's fun and nice to do. Step 5, the next 12 weeks. Again, the question here for me is, what do I need to do in the next 12 weeks that is gonna be in line with my annual goals, my 5-year goals, and my big dreams, so that anything else I do is unnecessary or irrelevant. So to me, that still holds to be doing 4 to 5 times a week exercises and to get 3 new customers, or like 1 customer a month basically. So this year, I would like to add a thing for myself, which is to learn to cook great Asian recipes. So if you know some, just put them in the comments below. In the next 12 weeks, I will need to buy a book with Asian recipes, and I'll need to buy all the ingredients and start cooking. This is something that's for me. If you're interested in solving your bottlenecks, I have a great tool to recommend. It's called your AI Insider, and it's a newsletter we've developed with my team to help you work on the one thing that is really blocking you on your progress. You can check in the link in the description below and also on the screen right now. It's aiinsider.co, and you just put in your interest, and the AI newsletter is gonna send you every week different news, videos and articles, and also sometimes a personal message from me that comes there. And if you're interested in how I built it, it was actually ChatGPT's idea, and you can learn more in the video right here. So just click there. See you in the next one. Bye.